Hi, it's Maxine, Kaye, and Yoga from the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, bringing you another love note, connecting heart to heart with all our beloveds that we aren't seeing in person at this time. And there's so much uncertainty, of course. We don't know when it will be that we're together again, because we believe in wisdom and we believe in judiciousness and caution. So we're doing all the right things, and this is one of the right things. And by the way, Yoga's about to take a nap, and that's a pretty good idea too. Beautiful day here in Paoli, Pennsylvania, and it's an opportunity for us to reflect and give some thought to what's happening in our world and what our part is in it to make it better. Because we've got these two major forces going on right now, which really makes it quite exciting, because it means it's time for the birth of a new world. And that world will be healthy. You know, this virus is teaching us how to be mindful and how to be caring and compassionate with ourselves and others. It's teaching us about simplicity of living, and it's teaching us so much about how we can be resourceful. And the other thing, of course, is huge and wonderful right now. It's so exciting that we have an opportunity to look at the world and all of the people in it in a much more just and loving way. Oh, did you wake up from your nap? Am I talking too loudly? Well, you know, I got to talk to the people. Okay. With those of us who are in science of mind have, especially those of us who've been in it all our lives, we understand that there's one life, and that life is God's life, and that each one of us is a very important part of that life, that we're all cut from the same cloth, we're all emerged from the same divine, vibrant, beautiful, creative, loving, wonderful life. And yet, even though we know of the principle of oneness, of unity, we see division. We see it all over the place. We believe in justice, and there's not a whole lot of justice that we see happening in the world right now. So there is this dichotomy, there's a chasm, it seems, between the principles that we know and love and teach and the happenings in the world that seem to be the opposite of those values and those principles in so many ways. So what's our job? Our job is to acknowledge what's happening, to learn what we need to learn in order to be more understanding and more compassionate, in order for us to get the history, the real history, instead of the made-up history that we've learned all of our lives. It's also our job, I believe, to be kind and compassionate with ourselves as we're learning and growing and waking up. Because you see, in most cases, we were just not aware. And we're waking up more and more. Now, I've done diversity training. I have done lots of inclusivity work. And I love everybody, and I know everybody comes from the life of God, and I honor and respect them. That does not mean that I don't have my continued inner work to do to uncover any unconscious prejudice that I may have, something I've grown up with, something that was erroneously taught to me. I'm doing this work, and I'm happy to do the work. It's essential that we all take a deep dive into our own subconscious mind and find out what it is that we need to know that we didn't know. Because, you know, if we'd known better, we would have done better. I grew up in a very integrated neighborhood. In fact, so integrated that I was in the minority. And my father was, because of his upbringing, he was a very prejudiced man against about any group you could imagine. And so I heard that, but I also knew it wasn't right. He also transformed greatly over the years and recognized, especially through his teachings in religious science, about honoring and respecting unity in diversity, in multiplicity. So I still do my work. We have work to do. And yet, you know, it seems like even though I've done a lot of work, I thought over the years, that right now I keep getting all kinds of resources that my colleagues put out on our minister list, lots of videos, lots of books. I can hardly keep up. I can't keep up. And it's as though we're cramming for an exam. And it's not just a test, my friends. It's an opportunity to co-create a whole new world. Tonight, and I don't know, by the time you see this love note, it may already have come and gone, but there'll be more. Tonight we're gathering with 2 other Centers for Spiritual Living in Philadelphia and in Delaware to hold a beautiful gathering where we can work together in breakout rooms on Zoom, individual meetings, and then coming back together to understand more deeply, to open our hearts more completely, to listen with love and compassion, and truly, truly do our best to understand other people's experiences and points of view, and without defensiveness, you know. That's the tricky part, isn't it? Because often we're thinking what we're thinking ahead of time, you know, like, well, I don't do that, and well, you must be talking about somebody else. No, we need to listen without defending and without feeling offensive or offended either. So this is beautiful work we're doing right now, while we're coming together to bring a simpler, healthier, more compassionate world together, especially since the COVID-19 has made us become aware of what we need to do. We are also working with all of humanity everywhere, all over the world, beginning with ourselves, to understand, to honor, to respect, and truly to co-create a world that works not only for everybody, but a world that works for all. That means all sentient beings and the planet itself. Isn't this a thrilling time for us all to be focused on bringing heaven to earth in a way that it's never experienced before? Join me. I know you've already joined me in having this clear intention to do what is ours to do, and to do it with love, and to do it with lightness. Let's not get bogged down in it. You know, it's not an exam that's a final exam, and we don't need to cram, but we do need to wake up. And I'm awakening. I'm pedaling as fast as I can, and I'm here to do the work that's mine to do, and we're here to do the work that's ours to do. So tomorrow's love note will come to you from Reverend Mike. And Sunday morning, of course, we'll have our live streaming from our own beloved Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living in Paoli. Please join us at 10:30. And you simply go to our website, which is cslphilly.org. cslphilly.org. And there you'll find the links so that you can join us on YouTube, you can join us on Facebook, but join us. And then join us on Zoom afterwards for a little social time. We care a great deal about you, and we know that you care a great deal about this teaching, about our beloved center too. And one way that you can show your appreciation is the way you've been showing your appreciation. Thank you, thank you, thank you for finding that link right on the website to donate, to contribute, to keep us alive and happy and well, so that when the doors open again, we'll have a beautiful welcoming for everybody. Thanks for being with us. We love you. Take good care of you. Be wise, be loving, and be awake. And so it is.